Been a dating coach for about 12 years, and in this time I've literally seen hundreds of guys. Of course, not all of them were my clients, but I have seen hundreds of guys go from being totally mediocre with women to absolutely crushing it, living their dream dating life and potentially dating their dream women. And if I had to limit myself to just one mindset that is different between the mediocre guys and the guys that crushed it, or rather one shift in mindset that occurred that got them from one into the end. If I had to limit myself to just one, it would be mastering the ability to play to win rather than playing to not lose. Now, what exactly do I mean by that? As men, we learn to kind of play it safe, not only when it comes to women, also in general in society, because it helps us. We minimize risk and maximize the opportunity that we get out of the little risk that we take. The problem is that in dating, playing in a very defensive way is oftentimes going to backfire. You're not going to make the approach, you're not going to make the move, you're not going to say the slightly risky thing that could potentially make her laugh, that could potentially move things to the next level. So if you're focusing on being defensive, on making sure not to make any mistakes, on making sure not to say the wrong thing, you're going to play it safe and you're going to lose out on a ton of opportunities. Of course, if you play offense, if you play it a little bit more aggressive, if you make a couple more moves, if you talk to a couple more girls that you see, if you do the approach, if you say the thing that's on your mind that you think she might not like, if you say the thing that you think might be a little bit offensive, yes, of course, there will be times when it doesn't work out. There will be times when you get rejected. There will be times when she's not laughing at it or she's even offended by what you say. That's going to happen. The thing is, you can always take a step back. You can always be like, hey, sorry, I came across as too harsh, too aggressive, too ridiculous. That was just a joke. You can always take a step back. But even if we say you just lose out on all of these times where it doesn't work, just by the mere fact that you're taking a lot more action and making a lot more moves, you will also get a lot more positive outcomes than the person who is consistently playing it safe. Now, the funny thing is, I just witnessed this whole thing play out in my own life. I have been basically living this playing to win mindset and in this mode for years because it's just what I do, right? I've trained myself to do it. I'm teaching this. So of course, that's also how I live. But last week, I was struggling a bit from food poisoning, but I was in a new place, so I had decided to go out either way. And I was in this sort of beach bar club environment, and I really didn't feel like talking to anyone. I was not feeling sociable. I talked to 2 or 3 people, and then I decided to go home. And on the way home, I realized that I had kind of been in this playing to not lose mindset that night for the first time in a long time. I had just felt like I wanted to preserve the little bit of comfort I had, not feeling good. I didn't really feel like adding more discomfort to it. So rather than talking to somebody and risking even more discomfort, risking a weird interaction because I'm not feeling social, I rather not talk to anyone. I'd rather just leave and go home. And that is exactly what most people do. Most people go out and they're worried about, oh, well, if I talk to her and I get rejected, then it's going to make me feel even worse. If I talk to her and get rejected, my friends are going to laugh. But if you can detach from that and just focus on the potential for winning, the potential for the epic victory, if you can focus on that and just go for it, reminding yourself that you're the guy who is going for that potential win, you're the guy who's going for that potential upside. You might not get it, but just by you going for it, you will multiply your chances for getting it, and at some point you will actually win. Now, I don't want you to become reckless, right? It's not about being a complete idiot. It's still about being a normal person that goes up to somebody they see and has a normal interaction. You don't need to be completely crazy. You don't need to say crazy things. But every time you have that feeling like, hey, I want to say this, or I would like to talk to this girl, just do it. If the only reason you're not doing it is because you feel fear, do it. If you feel anything else, I made a video actually on the topic of how to overcome approach anxiety, what the underlying reasons are. Go watch this video. But in most cases, it's just going to be fear. It's you not really being comfortable with doing it. It's you not being willing to play to win. Next time that happens, just visualize all potential outcomes of that interaction. Tell yourself that you might go over and it might work out and she might like it and you might end up talking, and you might end up exchanging contacts. You might end up going on a date, and some magic might ensue. Or she might just turn away and walk off, or she might even tell you to fuck off. But you won't know until you go there, and that's the beauty of it. Playing to see what the actual outcome is, that is where you should go at. Now, this is a bit of a motivational video rather than the usual stuff I share here, less of this is how you do it and more that is the mindset that goes into it. So start playing to win, and with that, I'll see you in my next video. If you want to work with me, there's a link to my calendar down below. If you've got any questions, hit me in the comment box, and I'll see you in one of my next videos.